If you're anything like me, staying organised at home can feel like a constant battle. But I've found some simple strategies that make it so much easier. And stick around, because later in the video I'm going to share my absolute favourite hack for keeping your spices organised. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Apologies for my voice. Once again, I am catching everything that's going around just because, my system is very dysregulated. I've been unwell, and so it's going to catch whatever's coming. So hopefully this one doesn't stick around very long, but unfortunately it has made my voice quite a few decibels deeper. So, maybe some people will like that, maybe some won't. I'm one of them who won't. Anywho, if you're new here, I'm Michelle. I share my life, how I'm learning to live life on the spectrum after being diagnosed with autism and ADHD at the end of 2023 when I was 54 years old. And today I'm going to share the hacks that I've learnt that work and have worked for me now for some time for my ADHD. Being ADHD and autistic means that I need simple systems that work, systems where things remain visible and don't get hidden. Insert the vegetable drawer of the fridge. How many times have things gone bad in your fridge? Probably as many as mine. So I've changed out how I do that. And these systems that I've actually implemented, I've found to be not only sustainable, for the most part, not entirely, because hey, ADHD, but they've actually really helped me stay organised in those particular areas. Check it out. First up, something so simple, but an absolute game changer. And that is keeping a bin or a trash tin, whatever you call that. Anyway, like a rubbish bin. Keeping a rubbish bin by where you usually sit. And that means that you're not going to collect clutter next to where you usually sit. It just goes straight in the bin, and then when that's full, you can just take that out to the bin, the bigger bin, the trash. You get what I'm saying. Works for me. Next, let's talk about the linen cupboard. Now, if you are like anybody else who has ADHD, it's probably the linen cupboard of many things that you've never used in a very long period of time. And mine actually is a little bit like that as well, but it's much better organised than it used to be. So what you can see here is that I've grabbed some crates just from Kmart or Walmart, I guess, if you're in the States, a similar store. And I have just grabbed some generic labels and labelled them, and then I've categorised things. On a previous video, and I'll link that in the comments, where I tidied up my bedroom, I showed you how I fold these towels. And that's also been a game changer, because not only does it look pretty, but it actually means that you're able to grab the one that you want without having to dig through a great big pile of them. And so that one really works for me. Not only that, but actually it's been like this for the last 4 years. So it's a little bit messy at the moment compared to what it was when I first did it, but the system is working. So I highly recommend that one. Next up is the fridge. Now in the fridge, like I said in the opener, that old vegetable drawer can breed a little bit of penicillin, and that is obviously your vegetables going off. So what I've discovered is that if I store sauces, less regularly used sauces that most people would store on the door, in that bin, you can still see them, but the vegetables that need to be used more often are in clear bins on the shelves, and that actually works really well for me. Currently, I'm actually using a food service and just getting meals in because I've had no spoons to cook. So my fridge is pretty much empty, other than bad things like Diet Coke. And it's pretty much all I've got in there. Other than the meals, I don't recommend that. But if you've got no spoons, I do recommend it, because you still need to get really good nutrition. So do that one. Now this one is my game changer. This is my absolute favourite hack, and that is the use of Lazy Susans. Now I've used them in the fridge as well, currently not using them in the fridge, But in the pantry, I have a Lazy Susan for my sauce bottles, and I have a Lazy Susan for my spices and herbs. And it is magnificent. I love it. Absolutely love it. Makes it so easy to find what I need whenever I am cooking, which has not been a lot lately. But anyway, that one actually is a game changer for me. Another one in my pantry is my bottom drawer. But in this bottom drawer here, as you can see, I've got my different pans stacked on sides, and that really helps me to keep that well organized. And it means that when I need a particular pan, I'm not digging through layers of them like I had to previously in my last kitchen where they were stacked on top of each other. So that's actually really helped me to not only access what it is that I need when I need it, but also once they're washed, put them back really easily and not have to go through a great big stack. So that one's been a game changer. Back in the days when Marie Kondo first came out and we all watched those, and I don't know about you, but it certainly inspired me to start the process of culling and getting through everything. I actually started organising my drawers, and I ordered these little drawer organisers, but also I've used just empty boxes to help me organise that. I've actually gotten some of the ones from IKEA as well. So whilst the majority of my drawers have remained organised, there's a couple that haven't. They've still got the little partitions, but just not folding like I have done previously. And you know, the smalls, it's just extra time that our ADHD brain just goes, no thanks. So for things that I find easy to keep organised, system that is simple, those are the things that seem to work. Now, given that I've been doing all of these for about 4 years, actually it's probably closer to 5 years, I'd say that's a success. So if you want to try any of those, if they work for you, then by all means use those. They're simple, they're relatively free, unless you know you're going to go out and buy the actual drawer organisers or something. But those are readily available on a lot of different online stores too, or at your local thrift stores even, baskets, lots of different things like that you can find really, really cheaply to help you organise. So those are my simple systems for keeping your ADHD cluttered brain a little bit better organised. And those are systems that actually work for me. If you have any additional hints and tips that work for you that you'd like to share in the comments, I'd love to hear them. Always on the lookout for better ways to manage my disorganised chaos at home. If you found those tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with anyone else you think might benefit from these little hacks to help our ADHD brains, and I will catch you in the next one.